All right, Will. UCLA, number 16, LSU. Or the spread is 24.5 on this one. Yeesh.
UCLA, a football team that is in Los Angeles. Us and USC, who already beat you.
That
We're
was
hoping
done
to
by
go 2-0.
that was done by design. I really think that was done by design. I picked him meaty days.
Yeah.
The over under I have for this revenge game for LSU. People forget that technically a revenge game for LSU. One on air mention of Buffalo Wild Wings. By the way, that does not include the thousands of Jason Kelsey Buffalo Wild Wings commercials that you will inevitably see while watching a Saturday of football. That, again, that's not part of that. This is a specific mention on air. Why? What are you talking about, Connor? As Ben Bolch of the LA Times reported, Buffalo Wild Wings is offering free wings for every UCLA win. Buddy, if you thought that people like to root against Brian Kelly before, wait until Saturday afternoon. You got free wings on the line. That's big time. When I was in high school, that's when Buffalo Wild Wings was first kind of coming onto the scene. I think it was like my freshman or sophomore year of high school that Buffalo Wild Wings was like really starting to get big. They got one, 10 minutes away from my house. And I used to have this discount card that you would buy from one of the clubs in high school, pay like $20 for it, and it gives you all these discounts to local restaurants, whatever it was. And it was BOGO 12 wings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ooh.
I think my record was like 26. I put down. That was
Heck yeah.
a little fluffier time for your boy. But
Frat God Connor.
look, I can put them away. I can put away some wings, relatively small wings. I mean, we're not talking like big honking, but still, that was a badge of honor for a little bit. I like how Buffalo Wild Wings waited to do this until after the Indiana game. They pretty much saw IU roll into the Rose Bowl.
They saw you coming.
Well, you could say that. Or it's the ultimate, like, guys, we're good. We can schedule this promo. We're going to be fine. We're not going to go broke doing this for UCLA victories this year. It's going to be okay. If they can't even stay on the field with Indiana, we're going to be just fine. And this is going to be some good buzz for us. Smart marketing, really smart marketing on that point. Sadly, I don't think America will be licking its lips. I do think that Garrett Nussmeier will be doing that, watching this UCLA secondary, which has not been very good so far. As much as I want to see Caden Durham kind of get some run in this one, I do think he will, even though you look back at the snap count in South Carolina game, Josh Williams had a 40-23 snaps advantage compared to Caden Durham, which is kind of crazy. But there's no reason why I know it's frustrating for an LSU fan. You're like, why can't the right running back just get the football? It's
frustrating for a football fan. Like, I've been frustrated by this stuff in Florida. I've been frustrated by this stuff across the board. Just play the fun guy who's better. I don't care about your third down blocking.
Whatever. I know, seriously. LSU should be able to throw the ball all over the place. No reason why Kyron Lacey shouldn't go off in this one. I would think that LSU finally is going to get off to a good start. Didn't even get off to a good start against Nichols, but I'm going to say that LSU wins big. No Buffalo Wild Wings. LSU wins 42-14.
Here's a completely irrelevant but kind of interesting storyline here. Homecoming for Eric Bieniemy.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Define homecoming, Will.
It's from Louisiana.
I guess that counts. He's actually from Louisiana?
Yeah, he was born in New Orleans.
I did not realize that because I was thinking of him as Colorado back. I mean, he was phenomenal, obviously, in the early 90s, and somebody that's been everywhere seemingly as a head coach. Didn't realize that. Huh.
Listen, if you're from Louisiana, I'll find you. Angela from The Office, Ellen DeGeneres, whatever it is. But anyway, point being, there's not much to talk about in this one outside of, did you hear Brian Kelly's answer about the transitive property?
About how, like, what it means to beat South Carolina and, like, that close of a game?
Where he's like, well, we beat South Carolina and they beat Kentucky hung with Georgia. You guys you're missing lots of punchlines here with Brian Kelly. You're making the same jokes over and over and over again. You don't understand how he's upsetting you on purpose. As a troll myself, I understand that Brian Kelly thought, what is the thing I could say after this game that people hate me so they think that it was gifted to my opponent? What is the thing I could say that will upset you guys the most? He's been in coaching way too long to, at this point, be not knowing this stuff. I think that he was like, let me use some UCF 2017 math here and really just prove to you guys that I'm better than you thought. Because everybody, and that's going to get used later on. It's going to be in bad faith. And I think he's reached that point in his career where he's just like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and punch a table. People are going to hate me no matter what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it. And so, point being, Brian Kelly, please don't embarrass me on my birthday. the day after. I really am going to do. I'm doing so much reflecting, and it was one of those things. Doesn't have to be how much I love or care about LSU football, but if you make this a game, heaven forbid if you lose it at home, I might have to evaluate that too, right? So that's about it. That's about all I got for you. I mean, hopefully, that this is a team that has struggled offensively, but it has been pretty fundamentally an offensive team. They were in a slugfest with Hawaii for no good reason. Yeah. So hopefully LSU stays gap sound and they don't have guys falling down either.
Your hangover for your 30th birthday, I would like to think that's going to be over by 3:30 Eastern. Is it going to be over by 3:30 Eastern?
I hope so, man. But also now I think the last time I was thinking we're going to sleepwalk through a UCLA game, boy, howdy did we not. So I want to be respectful to this UCLA football team and just hopefully I'm having my coffee, some bread or something and just not freaking out like I was watching Max Johnson throwing a ball with his left butt cheek like the last time we played.
Will looks up at the halftime stats. LSU's got 10 carries for 8 yards. He's just got a trash can next to his couch. Just the worst possible vibes.
Caden Durham is throwing. Josh Williams is throwing passes. I'm like, gosh, Brian, please, man. Either like